Yo, what is good, everybody? This is Christian Madrid here on Madrid Videos with y'all. And next up, I'm gonna talk about what's considered a Christmas movie. Let's get it, y'all. So, y'all, what is a Christmas movie? What's considered a Christmas movie? Well, that's why y'all clicked on the video, so you can hear me talk about what I think is a Christmas movie and what should be a Christmas movie. Because a lot of people don't know what a fucking Christmas movie is. And including some of my close friends, some of them think one thing is considered a Christmas movie and another isn't. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that right now. So, and then I'll also be sharing, some of my favorite Christmas movies and what my favorite Christmas movie is. But, so, some basics, obviously, that are Christmas movies is like Home Alone, A Christmas Story, Elf, Christmas Carol, those are Bad Santa, those are some basics, Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life. Those are the basic Christmas movies. But I want to more talk about the movies that people think are Christmas movies, but really aren't. And I think it's really fucking stupid that they think that it's a Christmas movie. But it's not. It's not! Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's start off with Die Hard. That's probably the number one movie that comes to mind that a lot of people think it's a Christmas movie. But I'm going to break it to you. It's not. It's not a fucking Christmas movie. Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie. Okay. Before I lose control. So Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie. You know why? Because that's not the point of the fucking movie. It's to show fucking Christmas. Yes, it takes place during Christmas. But that is not the point of the fucking film. That is not what carries the plot. That is not what the story drives upon. That's not what it depends on for it to be a fucking Christmas movie. No. The fucking movie is about John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, to fucking stop a fucking terrorist from blowing up a building, which is played by Al Rickman. That is the fucking point of the movie. Christmas, that's just the setting. That's just the fucking setting. That is not meant to be a fucking Christmas movie. Even Bruce Willis, his fucking self, if you don't believe me, Bruce Willis, him fucking self, said that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And it is not. Bruce Willis got it right there. And I believe so too. Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie. Was it meant to be a Christmas movie? And I know some of y'all might disagree with me, which is okay. But it is not a Christmas movie. You know why? Because fucking, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then I guess fucking Pulp Fiction is a Christopher Walken movie. Even though Christopher Walken was only in one fucking scene. But apparently if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then that means Pulp Fiction is solely a Christopher Walken movie. It's not. He was in one fucking scene. That doesn't make it his fucking movie. Just like Matthew McConaughey was in one fucking scene in Wolf of Wall Street. That is not making a Matthew McConaughey fucking movie. Just like 12 Years a Slave, Brad Pitt was in one scene. Does not make it a Brad Pitt fucking movie. If they wrote the movie, if they directed it, if they fucking produced it, that's different. That's a different story. But if all they did was fucking just cameo in one scene, just like Matt Damon was in fucking one scene in Euro Trip, does not make it a fucking Matt Damon movie. No. Kevin Bacon was in one fucking scene in Animal House. Does not make Animal House a Kevin Bacon movie. So why is Die Hard considered a Christmas movie to some of y'all? Explain to me why. Why? I just don't get it. That is the primary example. Die Hard, not a Christmas movie, just because it is set during Christmas. I think I babbled on with that. Same with Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas movie. Just because it's set during Christmas. The plot does not depend on it being Christmas at all. There's a Christmas tree. A lot of fucking almost every TV show and some episode at some point of the series or sitcom has a Christmas episode. Is that a Christmas episode? Yes. But is that a Christmas show? No. The Office has tons of Christmas episodes in it. But does that make it a Christmas TV show? Fuck no. I don't watch The Office just for the fucking Christmas shows. I watch it because it's fucking hilarious. And all the characters are so fucking great. That's why I watch Lethal Weapon, not because it's a Christmas fucking movie. I watch it because Murtaugh and Ridge is such a fucking great duo. And they're fucking funny as hell. They got great chemistry. And it's got some action, great action. And that's why I watch fucking Lethal Weapon. Not for the fucking Christmas theme of it. Why do you think Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4 didn't have any fucking, references or anything to do with Christmas? Because it's not a Christmas fucking movie! It's not a Christmas fucking movie! Okay? I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit aggressive here, but it's a little bit of a sensitive subject for me when people say that Die Hard and Lethal Weapon are Christmas movies. They are not Christmas movies. No, that's why all the other Die Hards, 2, 3, 4, 5, they don't have anything to do with Christmas because they ain't. This is not a Christmas series. It's not a Christmas series. Yes, that's why they don't have that shit in there in those other movies because they aren't. They have nothing to do with Christmas. It just happens to be Christmas. It just happens to be Christmas, okay? Okay, and other examples like Eyes Wide Shut. You know, if y'all seen Eyes Wide Shut, I'm assuming some of y'all may have not seen it, but if you have, then that is set during Christmas too. Most of the film is set during Christmas, and it is not a Christmas movie. It's a very inappropriate movie that y'all shouldn't be seeing, including myself, because it's fucking nasty. Do you really think? Because Christmas is about family and shit, about family and Jesus, the birth of Jesus. That's what Christmas is about, and giving presents. Do you really think fucking orgies and having sex with 8 different people at one time has anything to do with Christmas? No, no. Orgies is the complete opposite of Christ-like in Christmas. That's more towards the other side. I won't say it, but y'all will know where I'm going with that. You know? So, Eyes Wide Shut is another example that's not a Christmas movie because Christmas movies, most of them, not all, but most, are more family-oriented like Home Alone and Christmas Story. Those are meant to be watched with your family around Christmas time, sitting around the couch and watching. Eyes Wide Shut is the last movie you want to watch with your family. Trust me, it is the last movie. The fucking 5-minute orgy sequence is not something that's kidly friendly. You know, that's not something that would be in a Christmas movie. Whether it's supposed to be about Christmas or not. Even though Bad Santa, yes, that is a Christmas movie. It's a little inappropriate too. It's got the language, but it ain't as bad as Eyes Wide Shut. You know, but Bad Santa is more for the adult. It's more of an adult, young, older teenager type Christmas movie. You know, that's a type of movie where adults watch, like group of friends. Watch for Christmas. They don't have any kids. But yeah, back to Eyes Wide Shut. That is not a Christmas movie just because it's set around Christmas time. It's about a conflicted, complicated relationship between Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and apparently, they want to cheat on each other, or so they can figure out their own sexuality and how to have sex better with each other, which has nothing to do with Christmas at all. And if Stanley Kubrick was still alive, God rest his soul, he would tell you the same thing. It's not a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie, and he did not intend it to be a Christmas movie. Eyes Wide Shut. So those are Christmas movies: Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Eyes Wide Shut. Those are not Christmas movies. Those are just 3 examples of movies that people like to consider Christmas movies. They're not. They're not Christmas movies. But let's get back to what some of my favorite Christmas movies are. So those Christmas movies I said earlier, like Home Alone, A Christmas Story, Elf, Bad Santa, Christmas Carol, Wonderful Life. Those are the main Christmas movies. There's others too, but I can't think of it on the top of my head. But my favorite Christmas movie of all time out of those is definitely Bad Santa. Bad Santa is hella funny. And then I'd probably have to say second is A Christmas Story. Either of those two, between Bad Santa and A Christmas Story, because A Christmas Story, it's the definition of a Christmas movie. If you're looking for a Christmas movie, A Christmas Story is the definition of it. If they're nothing like A Christmas Story, I'm sorry, it's not a Christmas movie. Home Alone has some similarities to A Christmas Story. Bad Santa's got some similarities to that. Not totally, but some similarities. Elf's got some similarities, because those movies, they depend on the Christmas aspect to drive the story and the characters. That's why they're Christmas movies, because those depend on the Christmas element to drive the story in the movie. They get people in to see those because of the Christmas element. Those other movies like Die Hard, Eyes Wide Shut, and Lethal Weapon, those don't depend on the Christmas aspect. They weren't even fucking released. If you look at the release dates for those movies, they weren't released nowhere near Christmas. Die Hard was released in the fucking summer of 1988. Eyes Wide Shut, same thing. Summer, 1999. Lethal Weapon, same thing. Summer, 1987. I could be a little wrong on Lethal Weapon. I think it was released in the summer, 1987. But I know Die Hard and Eyes Wide Shut, that's when those movies were released. But these other movies like Home Alone, that was released in around November, beginning December of 1990. Christmas Story was released, I believe, December of 1983. I'm not 100% accurate on those dates, but I'm pretty sure that they were all released within November, December of those years. Like Elf was like November, December of 03, and those movies depend on the Christmas element to drive the movie. But back to my favorites. So yes, A Christmas Story and Bad Santa are my two favorite Christmas movies. Bad Santa is just hilarious as hell. It is very funny, you know. It's not appropriate for everybody, but it is really funny. So once you get to the appropriate age, watch it. It's very funny. You know, if you don't want to, if you think it's too inappropriate, it's fine too. But A Christmas Story definitely should be watched by everyone. It's a movie for everyone to enjoy and watch. It's PG, great rating, you know, and that's a pure definition of it, you know, because all these other Christmas movies have a similarity to A Christmas Story, you know, but just Die Hard and Lethal Weapon and Eyes Wide Shut, those aren't movies that come to mind when you think of a Christmas movie. I'm sorry, but they don't come to mind. And I know some of y'all might be offended or disappointed that I'm shitting on your opinions, but that's what I'm doing, taking a little dump on your fucking opinions, because fucking it's ridiculous to think that Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Eyes Wide Shut are Christmas movies when they're not. I'm sorry. But I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it 100 with y'all. But anyways, that is why I made this video, to let y'all know what is considered a Christmas movie to me and the difference between a Christmas movie and a non-Christmas movie. Thank y'all for watching so much. You know, have a Merry Christmas. You know, I know this is coming out a little before Christmas, but I wanted to get it out in time, so when you guys, you know, gather with your families, you know, looking for a Christmas movie to watch, I want y'all to consider, you know, one, this video, and two, actual Christmas movies to watch if you really want to watch a Christmas movie. Even though during Christmas you don't have to watch a Christmas movie. Personally, I probably won't unless my family is. But if I had to choose, I would probably put on Die Hard, you know, or something else like Terminator, you know, or fucking Goodfellas. But that's just me. Not because those are Christmas movies, because they're fucking great movies, you know. But Die Hard, you know, even though they're not Christmas movies, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Eyes Wide Shut. Die Hard, Lethal Weapon are great fucking movies. Those are great movies. Y'all should watch it if you haven't. Eyes Wide Shut, it's an okay movie. It's a little drawn out. There's a lot of sexuality in it. So again, age restriction should be required on that movie. You know, if you shouldn't be viewing it if you're under 18. I'm sorry, you shouldn't. It's a very nasty movie. There is a long orgy sequence in that, you know. But it is, you know, an important movie for cinema, because that is Stanley Kubrick's last movie, who's one of the greatest directors of all time, who directed Clockwork Orange, Shining, Full Metal Jacket, 2001: Space Odyssey. Huge influence on every single director who's come ever since. So for that reason, y'all should give that a view. But anyways, I can go on for this for at least a couple more hours, but I want y'all to watch the rest of my videos, and I know y'all got shit to do like I do. So thank y'all for watching this video so much, you know, for hearing my take on what is actually a Christmas movie and what I consider it. So like, comment, subscribe to Madrid videos, tell your family and friends. I'll see you next time, yo. I'm out.